Alright, so I'd like to start the video by first explaining what is money. So, what is money? So, money is resource, yes, but it's also the ability to extract the resource. So, what do I mean by that? So, we have some resources like the soil, which has nutrients, the grains, the seeds, and then the water, which are resources. But this does not equate to money. Why? Because we also need the ability to extract the resources. So, who has the ability to extract the resource? A man. So, in this case, a farmer. So, this farmer has a land, takes the seed, plants it in the ground, waters it, produces crops, and further he goes on to create, say, flour from it, right? So there's the resource, and he has the ability to extract value from the resource, that is the bag of flour. Now, this bag of flour can't quite be said as money. It for now doesn't have value. Why? Because for this bag of flour to have value, there must exist another man who must be willing to exchange resources. Exchanging resources with this man, and only that way the flour that the farmer has produced can be converted into money, or a way to exchange resource. So, who is the person who wants to buy this bag of flour? It is this man. In this case, a woodworker. So, this woodworker wants the bag of flour, but it cannot just ask for the bag of flour. He needs to exchange something with a farmer. So, what does he bring to the table? A chair, because he is a woodworker. So, the woodworker also has resources like the tree and the tools that he makes his chair from, right? But again, this is not money, these are just resources. But this man has the ability to extract value from the resource. So he uses his tools and then turns the tree into logs, and then makes a chair out of it. Now again, the chair in itself doesn't hold any value, because he also needs to find a person who is going to exchange resources with the chair. So who is that gonna be? In this case, the farmer. So the farmer gives his flour to the man, and the man gives his chair to the farmer, right? So this is a simple transaction, right? The flour is exchanged with the chair, and the chair is exchanged for the flour. But this happens through money, but essentially what is happening is the flour is being exchanged for the chair. So this is a very simple two-person transaction, but in reality we don't have only two people in the society, we have a lot of people. So the actual economy looks something like this. So there are a lot of people that have different jobs, and they produce different products, and so they exchange their products with each other, and that is how they live a life, right? So this guy produces something, that these people want, and they produce something that these people want, and they all exchange their resources and live a happy life. That is what the economy is, right? And now over the years we have evolved, right? We don't do everything by hand manually, right? Like these people. Now, after many years, we've gone through the Industrial Revolution, where we have machines that essentially do what the man was doing, but actually only a part of what the man was doing, right? So like we have tractors that do all the field work, right? We have the industries and factories that automate and create the bags of flour, which in turn turn into money. But they don't alone turn into money. They still require the man to operate these machines, right? So the machines in themselves are not producing value because they are things that only the man can do, like make decisions, plan, and other stuff like that, and operate. So this is the reason why up until now the man and the machine has been working in unison to run the economy. But until now, right? But very soon we are seeing the rise of artificial intelligence, right? So what does the artificial intelligence do? So before, what the things that only the man could do, like making decisions, right? Reacting to very like immediate problems, only the man could do. But with the advent of artificial intelligence, now let's say a robot representing the AI can do part of the things that the man would do, and in fact it could sometimes do things even better than the man, right? And thus the concern that the AI would replace a man, but the AI doesn't have feelings, nor does it have emotions, so it has no real motivation to doing the man's job, right? Like the AI doesn't want the flower, nor does it want the chair. So why would it be doing the person's job, right? So what would happen is that the AI would be working for the man, right? Whatever the man wants to do, the AI will do it for him, right? So instead of the man doing all the work, he's just designating it to the AI, which does whatever the man was doing before, and then produces resources, right? So and so if AI comes into existence, it wouldn't be just one man implementing an AI, it would be a lot of people implementing AI. So the new society could look like something like this. A lot of AIs doing all the jobs that the humans would be doing, right? And they're exchanging resources. But at the end of the day, it's people who are running these AIs, right? So this AI would be working for this guy, right? This one for this. And then the resources that they generate would be exchanged. But in reality, this is not the type of society we have, in where equal exchange of values take place. In reality, The real society looks something like this, where one person produces very niche products and kind of uh, only this person holds the power to produce essential products that this guy has to that this guy needs, and maybe this guy needs, this guy needs, and of course these guys also have transactions between them, but not as dominantly as this guy. So basically this guy dominates the market, and so he is ultra rich, right? And these mainly the producer, the market dominating producer, and these people are also producers, but they have less dominance over the market, and thus they are not as rich as this guy. So that is the reason why there is a disparity of wealth in the world. But now, as we move towards the AI doing all the work, we will soon move into a world like this, where again a man who has the power and resources to run very specific and niche technologies like AI will at the end hold control over the sophisticated AI models, AI doing the jobs, right? So all these advanced AI will do all the jobs of these people and produce products which at the end of the day these people need to survive, right? So this guy has all the AI that produces all the resources, and these guys are the consumers. And what happens is these people already have less resources and less value that they can sell to each other or this guy, and they are consuming more from this guy, right? So it's pretty obvious that this guy is gonna get pretty super rich. But as these people keep on losing their money, they will not be able to pay for the guy with the AI, right? So we will stop having transactions. And since no matter how much this guy dominates the market, he will still need people buying his products, right? And since these people cannot buy the products even if they wanted to, because this guy has hoarded all the resources, so there is a kind of a stalemate kind of condition that this guy holds all the resources, and then these people cannot exchange any other resources in exchange for the ones that these guys have, because they have exhausted all their resources. So they are not spending anything, and they are probably about to die because they can't even afford the necessities, right? And this guy is also having a problem because even though he controls the entire market, there is no market because these people cannot buy his products. So what happens then? Now this is pretty open to personal interpretation, but I am thinking that at this point the government intervenes. All right, the government intervenes and says that since none of us are gaining anything from this process, how about the government takes control of the AI robots that are essentially running the economy, and then we kind of give what the people need in a balanced way, right? So what could happen is that whatever we need, like food, right? Food, water, anything is produced by the AI robots, and then the products that are produced is distributed among the people equally, right? So now these people don't really need to work, because all the necessities like food, entertainment, anything is being done by the AI. They just get everything they need, and they don't really have to earn money or have jobs. They can just do whatever they like. So this is kind of a very positive turn the dominance of AI could take, but it could also go to a very negative condition, right? And that is why I said that this is open to interpretation. So let me know what you think could happen in the case that these super intelligent artificial intelligence robots are created and they take over.